Shigenori Soejima is the character designer behind the Persona series. Of course, his work extends beyond that. He also designed for Catherine and Metaphor, earning recognition for his bold, exaggerated art that contains so much style. When we break down and analyze Shigenori Soejima's art style, we can see a notable evolution in his visual coloring over the years. While his techniques have changed, certain elements have remained consistent. Take the Persona series as an example. He transitioned from a softer, painterly-based palette to a sharper, more hard-edged cel shading aesthetic. Additionally, he employs strong thematic colors for each game he works on, blue, yellow, red, and even pink, to reinforce their distinct identities. Persona 5's red themed art stands for fiery passion. It expresses this dynamic intensity that we wished for the game to have. The boldness and directness. In Persona 3, the blue color theme represented its dark atmosphere and urban setting, while Persona 4's yellow was to balance its lighter tone with its murder mystery plot. Despite these visual shifts, his character designs maintain a set of defining traits. While he noted he draws inspiration from real people and fashion designs, his characters often have large, wide eyes with small, piercing pupils, frequently accentuated with prominent eyelashes. It's as if he wants the eyes to practically glow off the page. The facial structure leans towards small noses and mouths, making the cheeks appear fuller and the head relatively tall. The hairstyles are designed with quite some volume and strong stylistic flow, a level of detail that also extends to his approach to clothing. Soejima's fashion sensibilities are clearly inspired by contemporary trends, as he incorporates intricate details and accessories that give his designs a stylish, almost editorial feel. He has noted that he avoids aimlessly adding too many elements, such as clothing details and accessories. Overloading a character with quirks can make them feel more like part of a circus troupe rather than a cohesive design. Striking the right balance is key. For a designer, the worst feeling in the world is not knowing who the designs are for and being stuck for ideas regarding the art direction. Knowing your target audience allows you to refine your designs and avoid ambiguity in the art direction. His characters are typically tall and slender, with strong facial expressions and dynamic, often dramatic poses. In my view, he strives to express movement and personality in every possible way through his art. If we take an objective look at Shigenori Soejima's art, it's clear he's a natural-born illustrator. He has an instinct for capturing attention in all the right places. Strong contrast, dramatic poses, a clear sense of mood, energy and intrigue. Now, I don't always love every illustration. At least from my perspective, his monochrome color choices can sometimes make my eyes lose focus. But that's probably just a personal thing. When examining his sketches and line art, it's as if he's painting with a black marker. Zooming in, his lines are sketchy yet deliberate, with varied thickness that gives his work an organic, hand-drawn energy. And I love that kind of art style. He started with traditional media, but in his more recent digital illustrations, he's embraced a high-contrast cel shading technique that really makes his pieces pop. This style is definitely divisive. You probably either love it or hate it. With that said, I don't know about you, but I was pretty unsure about the artist behind some of these illustrations. As a fun side note, in Persona 3 Reload, where Soejima served as art director, artist Azusa Shimada mentioned in an interview that she based her work on Soejima's updated style to maintain the visual consistency fans expect, and I must say it turned out beautifully. His approach to grouping characters has a very poster-like quality. Not in the sense of strict visual storytelling, where characters interact in a scene, like how Kinu Nishimura does, but more in a way that suggests something happening behind them. There's a dynamic energy, an unspoken story beat, a sense of struggle or momentum captured in a single image. Now, when it comes to character design, oh man, I'm not naming names, but some character designers tend to replicate facial structures across their works, often because their style is somewhat restrictive. But Soejima doesn't have that issue. His characters don't feel like clones. When I draw characters, I give them some imperfections or unique traits that makes them easily recognizable. That makes it easier for the other artists to draw them in a similar way. Actually, he did note himself that he has a recurring quirk in his designs. He often draws female characters with headbands. He once admitted that this became his thing, but worried it might seem repetitive or unoriginal. However, there's a practical reason behind it. He finds that headbands and headphones help divide the head into sections, making it easier to nail the angles. This is so true, I even added it to my character design guide. This is also why he enjoys drawing Aigis from Persona 3 so much. Of course, he also simply thinks girls look cute in headbands. He manages to give each one a distinct personality while still maintaining a consistent artistic identity. It's impressive how he can seamlessly handle both serious, dramatic characters and more lighthearted, joyful ones. In the case of Metaphor, which has a fantasy setting, Soejima noted that he grew up with IPs like Record of Lodoss War and Dungeons and Dragons, both of which feature strong fantasy archetypes. He acknowledged that this was a different type of project and said, "There's no point in drawing something that looks like existing work. I wanted to emphasize the designs and core concepts that can be made specifically because of this game. Each part of the character's equipment, down to the smallest detail, contributes to the overall world building." He explained that he wanted to establish a sense of place alongside the player, allowing them to unravel the world from the same perspective, capturing the true charm of fantasy. I'm Light Novel author GP Vils, revisiting Soejima's work in the Persona 5 artbook after all these years has been a blast, allowing me to appreciate the finer details of his designs again. It's also nice that he shared his process through live drawings videos, giving fans a glimpse into his creative approach.